Hey guys, what's up? So I tweeted earlier today about stuff that we could chat about today, and one of the ones that stuck out to me was about failure. This is something that I feel like I have a fair bit of expertise in. Anyone really has expertise in it. Everyone fails at some point. But failure is a thing that the internet has come to love for its humorous value, but it's also an incredibly valuable thing to learn how to do properly. So I'm going to run through a bit of my experience in this, and hopefully we can learn to fail together. Failure, the first step that I have found in how to fail properly is one, acknowledging that you have failed. This is more difficult than it sounds. It's a pretty difficult thing to be like, hey yo, I screwed up. You don't have to do it publicly, but if it was a public incident, maybe you should do it publicly. I like to reference what happened with Watsky a couple weeks ago when he did something real stupid. And he failed really well, if that makes any sense, in that he came out and he said that he screwed up. And that's really important to admit that. One, for those who may have been affected by said failure, and also because of how it affects you. Because you can't really fix something until, you know, it's broken, you know. And I look at myself that way a lot. The mistakes that I've made, the things that I've done, I like admitting those things. Saying, hey, I did this thing and it was a mistake. It was a bad mess up. Because then that kind of rolls into the second part of this, and that is the fix it / make it right stage. You can't always make it right when you make a mistake or hurt someone. And that's something that is another thing you kind of have to come to terms with when you screw up and mess up. I'm going to get more comfortable. I hope you don't mind. But, you know, you got to try and do your best to make it right or fix it. If you can't make it right, then you just got to work on yourself and say, how can I avoid doing this again? And that's something that has pretty much been the last 2 years of my life, has been figuring out how I avoid doing this again. Which then leads into the kind of third and final part, and that's to learn from your failure. This is also cliche, but as I've said many a times, which is becoming cliche in and of itself, cliche is just overused honesty. Because it is. There's a reason things become cliche. It's because they're good. And that's definitely true with failure and how you deal with it. It's definitely something I'm learning to do. I'm not perfect at it. I fail a lot, and I will continue to fail. Always. That's part of existing. You're going to mess up, you're going to screw up, but the screw-ups are some of the more important moments, I feel like, at least for me. I can tell you that the most significant moment of my life was the worst screw-up of my life. And it's something that I feel bad about, but I also cherish each and every day. And we're almost a year and a half separated from that. So, those are my thoughts on failure. I'm going to get off the ground now. As always, I'm Connor Manning. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Monday. That was a weird flaw. You guys okay down there? You look a bit uncomfortable. There's a Lego underneath of your lens. Is that painful on you? I'm gonna remove that. You don't look comfortable. You don't look comfortable, guys.